Hello everybody, this is Pete from Paw Labs, and this is kind of a rehash video. I was unaware that he was going to introduce elapsed milliseconds this far down the game. Chapter 17 is all about the elapsed milliseconds, which we've already gone over in some detail. But it's worth to go over again because it is an important concept of slowing things down because machines are fast. Now, this is FPS to stand for frames per second, not first-person shooter. So what he's doing is showing the frames at full speed on the normal computer and then printing how many frames per second is actually being displayed. So on my particular computer, I am looking at 60 frames a second is what we're sitting here displaying. 56, and it goes to 60, and then it goes to 58 for, I don't know, whatever reason. Yours may be somewhat different. It might be the same. And what we're doing is printing 500 lines, okay? Every time through the loop here, each loop is a frame. So at 60 frames a second, 500 lines per frame are being generated and written to the screen, okay? And that's what it looks like. All being randomized in color and placement, but all the same length and size. Basically, he's just showing you can't let things go at machine speeds because ain't nobody keeping up with that. Matter of fact, your eyes don't even keep up with this. It's important to say that the human eye normally can't see past 30 frames a second, and even that is iffy. Most people see slower than that. I know for goodness I do. 60 frames a second is easily more than twice my acuity in watching things on the screen. So that's just a show you why. And then we do what he's calling real time, which I'm not exactly sure. But what he's doing is saying, okay, he's doing the lapsed milliseconds FPS timer plus 1,000. So he's counting, his timer is frames per second timer, and at 1,000, and then he's counting, I guess, his counter is counting, oh, he's counting up the timer, I see. And FPS, frames per second. So he's still displaying frames per second. Yeah. Okay. So in this instance, we're start time, real-time tracking variables, X unit and Y unit. So this is the going across the screen. You'll see in a second. It's a square that goes across the screen. He's going down at a little bit faster than he is going up, and it just kind of cycles back and forth. And this is at 60 frames a second, 5960. So that's that. I guess that's tracking. This is what your eyes can see good. You can't identify it to your eyes and my eyes. It looks like the ball is actually moving. It's not just showing up, turning off, showing up in a new spot, turning off, showing up in a new spot, which is the reality of what's happening. Okay, his third exercise here is kind of a mix of the two. He's creating a bunch of boxes. He's got a structure. Oh, this has something that drives me insane. This is, in my book, god-awful code. Okay, that's a box structure. This should be just straight. The colon says, hey, I got a new line here. So in reality, this should be like this. And yeah, we can get rid of all the little the colons out of here, because that's just a waste here at all. Yeah, so that's the way that should be done. Putting them together. If you have an if then else one condition and you put those three together, fine, no big deal. But you would never do that for a structure. I'm sorry, that's just poor coding. It's not neat. Oh, and I want to do one other thing. So I change the structures of this all the time. And I want to make sure that you know that, let's say we get stuff kind of really jacked out of craziness, right? All our spacing is all hosed. We've pasted in from 9 other sources of code. All our, all that's screwed up. So there's a real easy way to fix this. You don't have to do it by keyboard or anything. If you highlight the whole code sheet and, highlight the whole code sheet and say, edit, format, indentation. Poof, your entire code sheet's back to whatever you've set your defaults. The normal default for Pure Basic is tabs are 2 spaces. If you prefer 4 and set it to 4 in the preferences, this would magically all go to 4. So it puts it all back to beautiful, easy to see, easy on the eyes, easy to follow the flow. So he builds a structure of boxes. He creates a list for the structure. So then he's got a procedure to create the boxes, and he's passing in amount would be how many boxes, and he's generating all of this info randomly, its size and all of that. Where its beginning is always at 0, 0. And then RGB, that's color, and then height, width, X and Y units, I guess, is how fast each piece is moving. And then, let's see, for each box, we're going to update the boxes. So this is moving the boxes on the screen. This gets pretty cool, because everybody's moving at different speeds. That's what these X and Y units are. I don't know about the naming convention, but okay. This is his speed, X speed, Y speed. And so here he's actually updating the boxes for a move. So then we draw our screen. We start our timers. Let's see, we clear the screen. We are tracking current time. Call it whatever you like, now or whatever. Time passed. Okay, he's going to kind of do this different than I do. I just look at current time and say, okay, when you've exceeded the timer, then timer plus whatever the delay is, timeout, whatever you want to call it. So maybe he has it set uniquely on each of the boxes, because is he spinning boxes yet? No, he's not. Okay, so then we come down here and say so he's got to be calling those subroutines out. Update boxes. Okay, so update boxes, start drawing. This is the words on the screen. Let's see. Draw the boxes to the screen also occurs in update. Okay, so this is calling this with whatever the modifier is. We can go back to look at that. And then he spins all the boxes. So, yeah, that's doing all of that. Okay, this looks pretty cool. To be honest with you, I kind of like this one. Just for a kaboom! And then he breaks it in from different sides and has it go in different directions. But that's a pretty cool thing. But you can see where the old Star Trek, warping through space kind of thing comes from when you look at stuff like this. So So there, we can get rid of that because we're doing a whole bunch on here, so it slows it down. So the same basic thing I've shown you already, but it's in a different setup. So I want to point out that we only have one more video after this. We're on chapter 17 here. I don't know if I said that at the beginning. Chapter 19 is really our last chapter. Chapter 20, he's going into just showing his little map library that he uses. There's nothing really to show. The code is fully commented. So I'm going to be lumping 19 and 20 probably together. And in preparation of 21, which is going to be the game. I'm going to put the entire game out on video or chapter, I guess. We're on 17, so we have 19 and 20, which will be the next video. And then the last video will be the whole game. And I'm including the map maker install and the book PDF, everything, so you can see and actually read through the book as to what he says versus what I've said. And so all of that will be given to you. And again, I have to say that this isn't my work. All I'm doing is explaining it and making sure it works, because it was written quite a long time ago and none of it compiles today. So that's this particular chapter 17 and its examples. And once again, thank you as always for watching.